Hey everyone, today I wanted to show you a fix for a video that I did a couple weeks ago when I started talking about the GSAP Animations and how you can use that to do direct positioning. When I was doing the video, I actually realized that when you tried to do the scale inside of the GSAP Animations, it completely broke. And I'll show you exactly what that means. And if you head on over to this website, I'll leave a link to it down below, which is just learningdojo.ninja/javascript-snippets/GSAP. And if you head over to this, I've made a little update where you can either toggle between referencing the object or referencing the query selector. Now, if you did the query selector and you did something like opacity and scale, so you can see right here, this scale is 2, which is 200%. So it's actually going to double the size of the object. And the next one is the opacity, which will make it transparent. It'll take it down to 50% opacity. This is how you would do it inside of normal GSAP. This is what I tried to do using the object reference model and it broke. Let me show you exactly what it's supposed to do with the query selector first, and then we'll talk about what happens with the object. So if I come in here and I just click on copy code, I'm just going to still use the query selector for now. Well, actually, I need to grab the ID. So if you right click and just click on the very top, this will actually copy the ID for you for your object, and you can just paste it right into that tool. And you could just type this code by hand if you wanted to. You don't actually have to use this tool. This tool just helps you write the code or just add on features that and kind of compile the code that you can just copy and paste. So, all right, so I'm going to go ahead and click on copy again. We'll have this happen as soon as the person clicks on that button. So I'll select this drop-down box and then I'll go ahead and do execute JavaScript. I'll pull that up and just paste in that JavaScript here. Now I'll click OK. And this is what is supposed to happen. And it's still working perfectly if you use the query selector. But if you're not using the query selector, then you're using the object, you'll run into an issue. So I'll show you both ways here. All right, so this is what should happen is it should increase, it should double the size, and then it should become transparent, which it has. All right, so this is what happens when it's referencing the object. So if I come into object here, you'll notice that the object has now changed. It's a little bit more simplified code, but if I go ahead and just paste that in there, and then I click OK, watch what happens when I try to do the same thing. I really haven't adjusted any of the settings at all. So if I come in here and just click on that, it goes really small. The transparency does happen a little bit still, but that is part of the problem. And so I was banging my head against, the wall, trying to figure out why is this happening here? And then someone, and I forgot to notate who it was, but someone made a comment, and I forget if it was on my course or if it was actually inside of, I think it was my course, but I'll try to post a comment if I can find it. And it suggested basically that we need to do the number a little bit differently. So instead of 2, it's actually taken it down to 2%. And so we need to actually type in the full 200% here. So I'm going to go ahead and adjust this, and we need to do this for both of them. So basically just come in here and add on 2 zeros. And then we're going to change this instead of 0.5, we're going to change that to 50. So now it's going to be 50% opacity, and it's going to be 200% size, essentially. That's all we needed to do. And we just need to do this for scale and opacity. The X and the Y value are pretty much the same. Now, I haven't tried every single other setting, but easing is fine and everything. But there may be some other settings like transform that you need to use this as well. So if you ever run into this with the object, that is the fix. So now let's go ahead and try this. So I'm going to click OK. And so let's go ahead and preview it. Now, because you insert the values inside of my tool, there's not really a fix that I can do there, and maybe a note saying, hey, make sure you use 200% if it's using object. But I'm going to go ahead and click on this. You can see now it's fixed. So small little change, but I wanted to, because I posted that video a couple weeks ago, I wanted to make sure that I talked about the fix for it and how you can actually go in and adjust that. So if you ever ran into that, there's the fix. Now you can go ahead and still use GSAP and use the new object reference model instead of using the query selector. You can still use the query selector. The query selector works perfectly as well. So it's up to you on that. And there are still some benefits to using the query selector outside of just GSAP as well. All right, so that's all I have for you today. I just wanted to talk about the fix. If you like this video, head on over to my YouTube channel, click the like button and subscribe to my channel, as well as hit the bell notification so you get notified of all future videos as they come out. That really helps my channel, allows me to reach more people, allows me to continue to produce these videos for you to really reach my goal, which is to help you become the best learning developer that you can be, to help you extend and to customize what comes out of the box with these tools and really go beyond the functionality that is just out of the box there. So that is the goal of my channel. If you want to check out more, you can head on over to my website at learningdojo.ninja. Here you can check out all previous blog posts. If you go to the home tab here, you can check out topics on Storyline, more topics on JavaScript, XAPI, Camtasia, AI, and more. You can also check out full courses covering everything from A to Z in Articulate Rise, XAPI fundamentals, and then the fundamentals of Storyline. And then a new course that I'm currently working on that is almost done. So if you want to get the early bird special, make sure you check that out. But it is almost done, and that is JavaScript and Storyline, covering the basics of JavaScript, covering how it applies to Storyline. So if you've ever wanted to dive into JavaScript, even in this AI world, it's still good to know the fundamentals. It's still good to know the basics so you can get more out of it. So that is really the goal of that course. And if you want to check that out, go ahead and head on over to my website. And I'll leave a link down below as well. That's all I have for today. So thanks everyone, and I'll see you next time.